Hi guys, I want to give you some pointers on keeping your pup clean. It's hard at first, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it's not a big deal. It is kind of time consuming. Usually have to put some effort into it every couple hours. If it's a high maintenance job, but it's worth it. So the biggest tip I have is going to be peri pads, lots of peri pads. So I usually have him laying on, about 4 peri pads, just kind of spread out across the floor. He is quadriplegic, but he does kind of manage to scoot around and change position a lot, and he usually ends up off the peri pads, and I have to reposition. It is also nice to have double layer peri pads, because then if one gets dirty, you can just pull the top one off and you got one under him. So that's a nice tip as well. And then I do use human peri pads, because the doggy peri pads are, they don't wick as well. So they end up just kind of laying in this pool of urine. Whereas the human peri pads are designed better in some way, where they don't end up laying in all this urine, and they end up staying really pretty dry. So the cleanup is a lot less. You just kind of, dry them off a little bit and spritz them with a little shampoo, and it takes just a fraction of the time to clean them up. And then let's see, when they do get dirty, you're going to want to clean the excess off with paper towels, and have your baggies. You got your whole kit, right? You can see my video on making a kit. Clean them up with the paper towels, and throw it away in your little baggie. And then once they're pretty well dry, then I'm gonna grab my squirt bottle here. I've scavenged my bottles, so it's not what they say they are. It's just a couple squirts of shampoo, and the rest is water. So I'm gonna squirt him with the shampoo until it's just kind of a little wet, and then clean them up either with the paper towels, or I'll grab a baby wipe, because those are nice and soft. And then just kind of dry them up a little, rub the shampoo in, make sure that it's nice and clean, and then I'll put a little spray of conditioner on. And the conditioner, it's the same thing. So a couple squirts of conditioner, and the rest is water. And then once you got that all in there, then you're going to dry it up real good, and make sure they're not all moist and a breeding ground for bacteria. And then always make sure that you check in the groin area and make sure that there's no sores going on in there, because that's a real big place for sores, especially if they get a little wet with urine. Then they get urine scald, and that's just it's just awful. So if you see that going on, make sure that you make an appointment with their doctor and take them in, and they may need antibiotics, and you'll need to keep that clean. I would just use warm water and a washcloth of warm water and clean it up, and then just make sure they're getting enough air circulation to the area. So put a towel between their legs, or if they have a stuffed animal that's a good size, that's what we use, and stick it between the knees here, just to separate and get enough airflow to the area. All right, and then once a week, you're gonna want to give them a little sponge bath. So I've got my bucket here with water and a little bit, so 1 squirt of shampoo. I usually use a couple squirts of shampoo and 1 squirt of conditioner. I would use the hypoallergenic doggy shampoo and conditioner, and then you're just gonna give them a little sponge bath. I usually do whole body sponge bath. So I start with the clean areas so as not to, get them all contaminated everywhere, and just kind of, it makes them feel good, So do the clean areas first. And then go to the not as clean areas. His groin looks pretty good right now, so I'm going to do it with the washcloth. And then if they'll lay down, it's real nice to get their belly too, because sometimes their bellies will get urine on them from laying on on their tummies like that. The urine will go up their bellies. So if you can get that area nice and clean too, that's great. He is not real good about that. He's very, very stubborn, and what Torty wants, Torty gets. He's old, he's handicapped, he's a senior, and he's a little grumpy. So, he gets what he wants. All right, and then the dirty areas, you're gonna hit with paper towels. And what I do is, I get the little paper towel squares and these guys, and then I just stick them in the water. I just throw them in there, and then I get about the same amount of dry ones, and then I get gloves. And I clean up the dirty areas as well. Keep them clean and fresh. And here's my little trash bag. He's a good patient. You good boy, huh? Yeah. Alright. So just clean up his little bum. And then anything like you want to protect, like this donut pillow, I buy the what's it called? Cling wrap, I think. It's the stuff that's sticky, and you can wrap it in cling wrap. I even wrap my straps from my hold 'em up harness in it, because it protects it from getting soaked in urine when you take them outside. So that stuff is genius. And when he has diarrhea, I'll put it on the downside of his little butt to keep the cleaning time down as well. All right. And then he doesn't really get urine scald so much because I express him into a bowl, so that's nice. So I'm not even gonna bother cleaning that area, but definitely if you express him onto peri pads, you're gonna want to make sure that you clean that area up as well. He is kind of dirty back here though, because he had an accident last night, so I might as well finish the job. Thanks for your patience.